Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're out at the range with a special rifle, and the rifle is the Mac limited edition gun that we're going to produce only 25 of. The guns are built on a BCI Defense AR15, which we'll talk about later in the video, but we've used their professional series rifle and we've painted it at copper with our own Cerakote capabilities, our internal Cerakoting facilities. So in case you guys didn't know already, Copper Custom is now Cerakoting firearms. This is an example of the work that we can do. You'll notice it has a distressed look and it makes use of the Mac channel colors from our logo. And you'll notice the logo right here on the right-hand side of the receiver, low receiver. And then on this side, it just says Mac in a stencil. It has a Faxon barrel on it, which is the high temp Cerakote, which means it's good to about 1800 degrees, so it should not discolor with moderate to heavy use. And we've done just kind of a cool theme pattern where we have the yellow coming down on the top rails here on the pick rail where it's a little bit distressed. And again, we have the yellow up here on the fore end of the M-Lock rail system, which is also manufactured by BCI Defense. Now there's only going to be 25 of these guns made, guys. It's a very limited run. Once we sell these, they will have a special serial number, Mac 001, all the way to 25. When we sell those 25 guns, that's it for this paint job. We'll never do it again. That's not to say we won't do more in the future. We'll probably do handguns and maybe even an AK or something in the future, but there will only be 25 of these first limited edition rifles. So anyway, I'm going to do a little bit of shooting with it. This is its first range session. I should also point out that it has some Griffin Armament backup sights on it. These are sights that I personally use, so it's an add-on. And then on the end, we have a Griffin Armament hammer comp. And these things are extremely useful, but they also serve as a mounting point for the M4 SD suppressor if you have one. But even if you don't want to run it suppressed, this is a very effective muzzle brake. So let's go ahead and run the very first 25 rounds out of the Lancer 5, some Freedom munitions, which is just their M193 ball. And let's see how the rifle shoots. It's kind of funny, the sights are spot on. I haven't even sighted the thing in yet, but it seems to be hitting where I'm aiming. Let's see, there we go. Trying to find stuff to shoot out down there. It's raining today, guys, and we're just kind of shooting at dirt clods. There we go. So, has a 16-inch barrel on it. And if you can get a close look at it, you can see the distressed look that we've applied to the rifle. Has a base of green, then we make use of the Mac red and gold colors. I really kind of like that red barrel. Another thing we'll do is I will personally test fire each of the 25 rifles that we assemble with this paint scheme. I'll shoot a short video of the rifle with its serial number of me test firing it and showing it to you guys, and you will be sent that video to your email. Also, it will include a free Mac patch with the rifle. So anyway, the rifles are going to retail for $16.99 as you see it here. If you want to add a red dot sight to it, Copper Custom also offers red dot sights. I've been using the MRO quite a bit these days. That's probably what I'll wind up putting on this rifle. This one does not have the special serial number range. This is the prototype that we used to come up with the color scheme. So this is there'll be 26 of these rifles total. This one does not have the special Mac serial number though. This is just a standard serial numbered gun. So anyway, we're gonna give you a closer look at this rifle, talk a little bit about the company of BCI Defense and who they are and how they came into being and the types of rifles that they build. It's kind of a rainy, nasty day this afternoon, but that didn't stop us from coming out to the range and shooting the new Mac rifle and telling you guys about it. I'm gonna do some shooting now over the water that gets kind of people ruffles their feathers a bit, but trust me guys, there's nothing for miles that way except woods. I own the property. So anyway, some more Freedom munitions, and let's see what we can hit out here in the water. Make sure my sights are up there. I don't know why that's so much fun. Because we use the heat-cured Cerakote on the rifle, it has a very durable finish and it should hold up quite well. And so if you want to use it for run and gun or whatever, 3-gun games and stuff like that, or you just want it as a plinker, or just if you want to hang it on the wall and just look at it like I do. Just kidding. It's good for all the applications. The Griffin sights are really nice, guys. Look how minimalistic they are. They fold away nicely. You can put optics up there. You can set a magnified optic like a Trijicon ACOG up here if you'd like, and the sights sit nice and low. And it's just a spring detent. They lock up in the upward position, but it's just spring pressure detent, and it folds away. But what I like about them is not only their small size, but they offer a really good sight picture. You don't have a whole bunch of stuff going on at the rear of the sight that messes with you. It's like all you see really is the aperture, your front sight post, and the target. So it offers a pretty much unobscured field of view. You'll also notice that the guns will come with this charging handle, which is also manufactured by BCI Defense, and it allows you to basically run the gun like that. It has that large charging lever, but it is not an ambi. The gun is set up for right-handed use. It does have ambi controls on the fire controls. And BCI manufactures their own uppers and lowers and rails in-house. They're one of the few true AR-15 manufacturers. This is a forged upper and lower that is then CNC machined, and they even broach their own magazine walls, everything. So that's what's really cool about BCI. They're an Indiana company, and they actually manufacture a top-notch AR-15, which is why we carried them at Copper Custom for the last year or so, but it's also why we chose it to be the Mac rifle. It's a little piece of Indiana, where I'm from, and it's a really high-quality rifle. The professional series is super nice, and then when you take this paint job into consideration, it makes for just a neat rifle. I can't resist doing mag dumps. This time I'm going to use a P-mag, and it's just M193 balls manufactured by Freedom Munitions. The bolt's closed. You'll notice, again, that charging handle has that enlarged lever, so you can run the rifle's bolt carrier that way. And now let's just do a childish mag dump. Did you guys notice how flat that muzzle shoots or stays during the fire? Watch this. I'm going to do it again just because I want to do another childish mag dump. I just love doing this. Watch the muzzle, how flat this thing stays. I don't know why that makes me laugh. I just love doing that stuff. But another thing, you'll notice that we're getting the rifle pretty hot, and the color's not changing on the barrel. Again, we're using that high temp Cerakote, which can take some pretty hot days at the range. I would say it's good up to 1400 degrees. Cerakote says 1800. That's pretty stinking hot, and it shouldn't lose its color. But you should be able to take a rifle class with the gun and not worry about the paint baking off the barrel or anything like that.
Always enjoy shooting the water out here. This is a really nice rifle. Does put a smile on my face too.
BCI, or Bremen Castings Incorporated, is located in Bremen, Indiana. And they also have two divisions. We have the 78-year-old foundry, which is BCI, and we have the new, last few years, division, which is our firearms division, which is BCI Defense. So one is BCI and the other one is BCID, D being for defense. Now, at Copper Custom, we've carried their rifles for a couple of years. I was first introduced to BCI by another YouTuber by the name of Big Shooterist. He came into town to do a factory tour and said, hey, do you want to go along? And I said, absolutely. I didn't realize that BCID was so close to us here at Copper Custom. They're only about an hour's drive away. So I went out there and I toured their facilities, and I was actually kind of blown away by their capabilities. Well, it only makes sense. It's a 78-year-old privately owned company, family business, that's been manufacturing parts for a number of much bigger companies like AM General. They manufacture parts for the Humvee vehicle. They manufacture parts for John Deere tractors and Caterpillar and a number of other big companies. So it only made sense that they would have that type of machining capability right there. And they are firearms enthusiasts as well. As a matter of fact, when you go into the owner's office, he has one of the few Colt Gatling guns sitting right there in front of his desk. So they are absolute shooters. They absolutely love the firearms lifestyle, and because they had the capabilities to manufacture firearms, they decided to make some AR-15s for themselves. It started to catch on here in the state of Indiana. A lot of law enforcement agencies started buying them. A lot of local people would buy them at gun shows. And now they're starting to reach out to a broader audience. But we've carried them for a couple of years now at Copper Custom because I have seen their manufacturing and I know the quality of that manufacturing. They offer a number of different products that we do sell at Copper Custom, but I want to explain, first of all, their entry-level model and work up to the professional series, which is the rifle we've based the Mac Special Edition rifle off of. So here's their entry-level rifle. This is just the standard American rifle. It has a Mossberg manufactured barrel. It's a 5.56 barrel with a 1-in-7 twist with a standard military type A2 bird cage on it. It has a carbine, that's right, it's a carbine length gas system on it. It has a rail system that's manufactured by BCID. It's their M-LOK rail system. And then coming back, we have their 7075 T6 aluminum forged upper and lower receivers that they manufacture in-house or machined by them. And inside this one, we have an Azimuth Technologies bolt and carrier group, which is a standard A2 style bolt carrier group. We have the brass deflector, A2 forward assist, standard military style charging handle, and a standard military style A2 pistol grip, and a standard M4 style stock. On the rear, we have just a standard end plate underneath the castle nut. So this is their $825 entry-level rifle. Their top-of-the-line rifle, which is what we've used for the basis on the Mac rifle, is the professional series. And we'll start at the muzzle and work our way back. Out here, we have a 3-prong flash suppressor and compensator. You'll notice it's solid on the bottom and flash suppressor slots on the front. It's a Faxon lightweight barrel. It's 5.56, 1-in-8 twist nitrided. It has a mid-length gas system on it. This is their full-length M-LOK rail, which is again manufactured by BCID, married to the same upper and lower receivers, 7075 T6 aluminum forged upper and lowers. It has an advanced Azimuth bolt carrier group in it, slightly different than the military style. I should also mention that the American will have a ALG mil-spec trigger in it, and the professional series has an ALG advanced combat trigger in it. This rifle, I would say, has ambi controls where the entry level, the American, does not. This one does have ambi fire controls on it, has a ergo grip, and then a B5 stock on it. And then this is also, the buffer tube is manufactured by BCID, which is a 7075 T6 extruded aluminum tube that they do all the machining on themselves as well. And this one features a QD slot back here on the rear, just below the castle nut, so you can attach a sling there. And all of their rail systems, including on the American series, has QD mounts both forward and rear on the rail system. So that takes us to the Mac rifle and the differences of it to the professional series. There's a few things I changed about the rifle, making it mine, stuff that I would put on my own AR-15 because this is my AR-15. We'll start at the muzzle. We have a Griffin Armament Hammer Comp. I love the M4SD2 suppressor, but even if you don't have a suppressor, this is a very effective muzzle brake, but it's very low profile. It doesn't stick out. It's not real long. It's not super chunky, but it is very, very effective. Looks really sharp on the rifle. It still has the same Faxon 1-in-8 barrel that's nitrided, except we've applied high-temp Cerakote red paint to it. Has their professional series handguard. M-LOK still has the QD mounts in place. Again, the same upper and lowers as the professional series, including the bolt carrier group. And we've added on top Griffin Armament backup sights. That's the rear. Here's the front sight, standard A2 square post. I love these backup sights. I use them myself, which is why they're on this special edition gun. And it has the ALG Advanced Combat Trigger in it. But I've swapped out the Hogue grip for an MOE grip. I prefer this style of grip. And I've put an MOE SL buttstock on it, which again is my preferred buttstock. So this is my own rifle, and that explains why we've chosen the professional series for the limited run of Mac Special Edition rifles. This rifle is made right here in Indiana. The Military Arms channel is based here in Indiana, and it was a natural fit. We've also sold these rifles for a couple of years at Copper Custom. We know how good the quality is on them. So that's the backstory, guys. It's time to wrap things up this afternoon, guys, but I really want to thank everybody that watches the channel for your patronage. It means a lot to us here at the Military Arms channel, the fact that you watch our videos. This is the very first Mac Special Edition anything. We've sold patches and stuff in the past, but this is the first time we've actually put a Mac product together, and we're only going to do 25 of them. Again, they will all be serialized Mac 1 through 25. And each of the rifles I will personally test fire, and I will do that on video, show you the serial number, and I will make that video available to those that buy the rifle. Also, it's going to come with the free Mac patch in the box. Guys, the gun's going to ship with everything you see here, from the muzzle brake all the way down from the magazine, handguard, pistol grip, buttstock, and the paint job. Each one of these is hand painted, so there may be slight differences in things like the logo that you see here. This is the basic look, but again, it's all hand done by our single in-house Cerakoter. And so there might be slight variations in the distressing or how the gun will look, but this is generally exactly what the gun should look like. If you have any questions about anything you've seen in this video, guys, you should be able to ask those questions down below. Of course, you know I do stick around for the first few days after I post a new video to answer the questions you have, especially regarding this rifle. Also, if you haven't already, please swing by and check out Copper Custom. It's our online store. If you would like to support us here at the Military Arms channel, that's the best possible way. And if you haven't already, please check out full30.com. We've taken all the web's best firearms content creators and brought them under one roof. Again, that's full30.com. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for all those years of support. We'll talk to you guys soon. Mud. I'm a big kid at heart. Thanks for watching, guys.